A former National Security Minister, Honorable Charles Savret, will be sworn in on Tuesday as the next head of state. A call for nationals to recommit to nation building during this year's independence celebrations, and the geothermal engineer gives Dominica's geothermal energy pursuits a thumbs up. Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervyn Matthew.
And I'm Pearl Fontaine. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
Hey, I had a good time in town last week with a pretty girl, man.
Hey, carry me next time when you're going now.
Where we get paid Friday, we gonna go.
Careful, they might catch AIDS.
AIDS? Them girl pretty. Them girl can't get AIDS,
I
man.
think it's only ugly women have AIDS. Anybody could get it. If you get sick, what you can tell your wife?
Hey, your wife, come in.
Hey, change the topic. Change the topic.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home AIDS.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. A former National Security Minister, Honorable Charles Savret, will be sworn in on Tuesday as President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Savret, who resigned last week, was elected unopposed during presidential elections at the House of Assembly on Monday morning.
I now have to report to the House that there are 19 members present and we received 19 ticks. So I will have now to declare that Charles Savret has been elected to be the next president of Dominica.
Despite criticisms leveled at the administration for the choice of nominee for the office of president, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit had remained confident that the former National Security Minister was an ideal candidate.
You may not agree with Charles Savret because of politics, but insofar as the Constitution is concerned, Mr. Savret is properly qualified to be a candidate for president and to be president of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
In related news, His Excellency Charles Savret, the new president-elect of the Commonwealth of Dominica, received the Dominica Award of Honor, the highest award in the country, on Monday. The medal was conferred on His Excellency Charles Savret by His Excellency Eliud Williams. Also present was the wife of President Eliud Williams, Honorable Reginald Austrie, who represented the Prime Minister, former President of Dominica, Nicholas Liverpool, and his wife, Senator Bentley Royer, and the Savret family. Never at a loss for words, Savret, humbled by the presentation, expressed his sincere gratitude to the government of Dominica, the current president, and his family for their support.
I believe that there are only a very selected few who have in fact been privileged to have been conferred with this Medal of Honor, and I want to express my appreciation to His Excellency the President for officiating at the ceremony, to His Excellency President Liverpool for being here with us, to my family members who are here, the representative of the Honorable Prime Minister for being here, And I am really touched on this occasion. I am not one that is usually short on words, but I believe that there are occasions when it is really not necessary to have a very long presentation. With these few words, I thank you.
Honorable Reginald Austrie, speaking on behalf of Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, highlighted Savra's work history, saying that the new president-elect is well suited for the task ahead.
I want to extend congratulations to the President-elect Honorable Charles Savre on his election this morning to this high office, and also on the receipt of this very high, or the highest honor in the land, the Dominica Award of Honor. All of us here will agree that the Honorable Savre has served this country with distinction, even in very difficult times of the 1970s, 79 to be more exact. And for those of us who can recall, these were very difficult times in Dominica. And the Honorable Savre, with his leadership qualities, was able to spare us from what many of us may not want to remember or even try to imagine if actions were not taken to ensure that the country had some peace and tranquility. He has also served within the public service otherwise and in the missions overseas, and he has done an excellent job in those capacities. We'll also agree that finding men like Honorable Savre in Dominica with a small population is not very easy.
Honorable Austrie thanked Mr. Savre's family for allowing him to accept the nomination.
For his family, with all the challenges, to have allowed him to accept to serve his country in that high capacity, we have to extend our thanks to them for allowing him to do just that. And nobody else would know better than what I'm talking about than Mrs. Savre, Teacher Clara herself, who over the last couple of years have really been ensuring that the Honorable Charles Savre can continue to serve.
With some heartfelt words, Honorable Austrie described His Excellency Charles Savre as one who would give sound advice.
Over the last 13 years, Charles Savre has proven to be a real source of inspiration and support for this government and for the people of Dominica. His fatherly advice to the cabinet has always been welcome and appreciated. Sometimes he seeks to explain too much sometimes, but I guess that he really wanted us to understand exactly what we were doing and how we were going about it. So on behalf of the cabinet, we're very, very happy to have had Charles Savre, President-elect, as a member of our cabinet. And in his ministerial capacity, he has done a wonderful job. And I have no doubt that he will continue to serve the country and to serve the people of Dominica to his best ability.
Honorable Reginald Austrie also thanked His Excellency Eliud Williams.
I would also like to take this opportunity to, and I'm not sure if I'm being too premature, to thank His Excellency Eliud Williams for the service that he has rendered to the state during the last year. As you can recall, he came into the office in a very difficult period at short notice, and it was not a decision for him to make either, since he had to drop so many things to accept the position, and he accepted it with dignity and have served well in that capacity.
In more news, Minister for Culture, Youth and Sports, Honorable Justina Charles, says in spite of our individual differences, independence should be a time to bring out the best in everyone. Charles was speaking at the opening gala to launch independence celebrations at the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard last Friday.
We must reject crime, violence, and all other ills that retard our development. Independence celebrations are always a joyous occasion. No matter our differences, independence celebration normally brings out the best in all of us. And this is how it should be all year round. We must always have love for country and contribute in our own way to that noble mission of building Dominica.
Meantime, Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence urged the nationals to use the independence season as a time to recommit to national development.
Independence is a time of gratitude to God and to all those who've played a part in Dominica's continued development through the years. There are persons all over Dominica who have worked hard to help to build this country, and we should thank them. We thank as well all our cultural elders who have been the pillars of culture in Dominica for so many years. Every year they are there playing their part and making their contribution, and we are very grateful to them. Independence is a good time to recommit ourselves to national development, to redouble our efforts to the tasks we set out to achieve. We need to tell ourselves that we want to be part of the solution and not the problem, and strive to do and give of our best for this beautiful land of ours.
This year's independence will be celebrated under the theme One Mission, One Dominica, celebrating 45. Among the notable events will be cultural festivals, History Week, Heritage Day in Bagatelle, the National Wop Duet Pageant, Creole Day and Creole Dress Parade, Creole in the Park, World Creole Music Festival, the National Parade, the National Cultural Gala, the National Day of Community Service. Other events will include the school athletics competitions, an art and craft exhibition highlighting breadfruit, Creole in the North, the Miss Wob and Madam Wob Duet shows, the Team Matador pageant, and the Market Day for Difference in Roseau, Portsmouth, and Marigot. Dominica is making significant progress towards the implementation of multi-purpose identification cards. Training continued on Monday for officials of the Electoral Office who will be equipped with the requisite skills to provide technical support at a national level.
This training of users, operators, and supervisors is the final in the series of training. It is envisioned that the team here in Dominica will be the expert team to guide other users in the other countries, because it will be the first team that will be trained. We are going to leave the database up until final user acceptance for all 4 islands, which will be at the end of October. So during that time, further testing and training can be conducted, and you will be the experts because you will have the longest period in which to utilize the system. Therefore, I encourage the participants to take full advantage of this training.
Project Manager Colin Francis explained that the MPID system is being implemented by OECS Electronic Government for Regional Integration Project.
The main objective of the system is to provide a unique identification number that can be linked with other existing systems, thereby connecting all government systems together so that you can have sharing and interoperability.
The MPID system will support the free movement of goods, services, capital, and people throughout the 6 independent OECS states as well as Montserrat.
The card will provide easy recognition of issuing country, issuing authority, and the status of an individual, be it resident, citizen, diplomat, non-resident.
A chairman of the Electoral Commission, Gerard Burton, who addressed the official opening of the training program on Monday, spoke of the objective of the MPID system.
The project goes much further than elections and has been stated today, and allows for the introduction of government services in a manner never experienced before. The introduction of the MPID provides us with an exciting look into the future, where the services provided by the state to its citizens and residents are rendered more accessible, and our OECS region, though remaining physically separated by the Caribbean Sea, will electronically at least be able to function seamlessly as one entity.
During Monday's ceremony, country-based specialist Marlon Murray was officially recognized for his role in the implementation process.
In other news, geothermal engineer Jim Randall has given positive reviews of Dominica's geothermal potential. Randall, who has over 30 years' experience in geothermal exploration, participated in last week's Development Partners Forum on Dominica's geothermal program.
The Dominica geothermal resource is a really good one. It's energetic and it's benign. It doesn't have any nasty, unusual characteristics to it. And so the development of this project is going to be able to be done using standard technology no surprises, nothing unusual that people are going to find about it. I first came to Dominica actually a number of years ago to have a look at the possibility of doing a geothermal project here. I did come earlier this year with the World Bank to have a look at what was the situation here. And at that time it was obvious that a number of people had some concerns, and I spent time just talking one-on-one with people and saying, no, your concern is a genuine concern, but it's not really a problem because it's something that has been met with elsewhere.
Randall dismissed suggestions that the exploration of the geothermal resource may cause earthquakes in the Roseau Valley.
As a New Zealander, I'm very conscious of earthquakes because we get some pretty good ones every so often, but they're not associated with the geothermal projects there. The development of a geothermal project will produce some very, very minor movements in the resource area, in the volume of the rock that is the resource, but you won't feel those on the surface. The earthquakes that do damage to you are caused by very different effects, by tectonic movements. And we people don't have the ability to create the same sorts of shocks that Mother Nature can create all on her own. People were expressing concern about hydrogen sulfide, which is a byproduct gas. And again, it's the levels in this resource are very modest. They will be dealt with in accordance with normal industry practice, and they're not going to be a problem. They're not going to result in injury or illness to people. It's a really good resource. It's a wonderful opportunity for Dominica to get itself off imported oil and onto a new energy economy.
More on the Development Partners Forum in Tuesday's newscast.
The community of Layu celebrated the 5th annual Titiwi Festival this past weekend. A Thanksgiving service was held on Sunday at the Layu Methodist Church with Pastor Reverend Dr. Nouvel Josiah as officiating minister. The service was attended by Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit and his wife, Honorable Ambrose George, Parliamentary Representative for Layu, Honorable Kelvin Daru, among other government officials and dignitaries. And Prime Minister Skerrit, in a brief address to the congregation, commended the Layu Improvement Committee for the work they have done in the community.
I want to applaud the efforts of Lazar Charles and the members of the Layu Improvement Committee. And it's always our pleasure to partner with the Development Committee to bring greater development and advancement to the community of Layu.
He encouraged those present to make a commitment towards the positive development of Dominica.
Each one of us commit to ourselves, we do introspection to see what kind of contribution are we making to our community, what kind of contribution are we making to our country, and whether it's going to be a positive contribution or a negative contribution. As for me, I am committed to making a positive contribution.
The Prime Minister assured the community that government will make a commitment towards underwriting the cost of sporting activities on the Layu Beach in order to encourage activity and employment in that community. Honorable Kelvin Daru, Parliamentary Representative for Layu, said he wants the festival to be not only about entertainment. He says it should also serve as an opportunity to make a meaningful contribution towards development. He pledged his continued commitment to the Titiwi Scholarship Fund, which he started about 3 years ago. Honorable Daru revealed that with the help of the Caribbean Development Bank, the community will soon have a new hurricane facility.
Let me also say that we are also at an advanced stage towards the recovery after the Martyrdom collapsed back in 2011. And we have secured a loan from the Caribbean Development Bank as a government. And one of the major components that will be looked at under this program is a hurricane and community shelter for the community of Layu. And this, I believe, will go a very long way in ensuring that here in Layu we have a proper hurricane facility, and we also have a facility where skill training development and other programs, meetings can be held for this community. And I believe this is a step in the right direction.
He pledged his continued support to the Layu community.
As a member of Parliament, I remain committed to continue to working along with you towards the advancement of this community, because when I walk through the streets of Layu and I meet some of you at your homes, I realize that we have a lot of potential in this community, particularly among our young people. And our young people have to be guided. And I believe moving forward, we'll continue to work closely with them to ensure that they remain on the right track.
And that's the English segment of the news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ancien ministre de Sécurité nationale Charles Savren, c'est président neuf de la Dominique. Savren électé en position celle-là pendant session parlement jeudi. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, ensemble et puis tout le monde à ce côté gouvernement, voté par Savren 19 votes. Pièce membre opposition parti en parlement pour session celle-là. Président Savren comment placé Elwood Williams tourné te venu au bout. En autre nouvelle, forum géothermique qui tient en Dominique semaine passée était un succès. Parole ça là sorti au ministre énergie Honorable Ribbon Blackmore.
Le gouvernement Dominique bien sérieux pour avancer pour ça en géothermal pour tout Dominicien. C'est ça nous les fait en Dominique comme moi dit avant, c'est pour faire pour énergie en Dominique moins. Et aussi, nous avons bâti, comme on dit, un petit plan pour les Dominicains. Et en même l'instant, aussi, nous avons bâti un plus gros. So, nous avons fait plus d'argent de nous vendre pour garder le matnik. Et pour faire l'économie plus gros, et pour faire plus aisé Dominique pour business. Puisqu'on nous a parlé en prison, plus pour énergie, nous ne pas attracter qualité business dans Dominique pour créer employment pour jeunes gens qui ont talent aussi. So, le parti administration ça, nous avons mis tout le système en place pour avancer pour ça en géothermal. Comme vous savez, nous avons fait ces petits wells là. Et tout de suite, moi là qui est venu mois octobre, nous déjà tapé l'argent pour nous bâtir deux gros wells. Il y a une production well, et puis l'autre qui est reinjection well. Là, nous avons fini de faire ça. Ça prend 4 mois pour faire. Et quand on finit ça, nous avons aussi bâti ce plan ça pour faire certains Dominicains bénéficier de ça. Et puis pour dire, quand on dit, pour faire certains, nous avons bâti un petit plan. Nous sommes en Dominique qui est plus NDBC pour faire la vie plus confortable.
Compagnie Export Dominica qui tient une responsabilité pour l'exportation de toute qualité produit de la Dominique. Parole celle-là sortie du ministre de Commodité, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre.
La tech a couru actuellement, il a changé avec nous dit à Dominique, nous dit pour changer, parce que nous les restés et puis ça qui a fait à la terre, la vie, à tout la terre. So pour ça, nous avons fait un name change. Nous avons changé d'extérieur, nous avons créé Export Dominica. Export Dominica, il y a tout ça nous avons produit Dominique. Pas agriculture tout seul. Agriculture, natural resources, culture, tous ces gens qui ont joué. C'est professionnels de Dominique, il plus gros. Mais nous savons, premier là, vous regardez là, c'est agriculture, parce que nous avons planté ça. C'est toutes les autres là qui viennent pour nous partir. Alors, d'accès ça nous actuellement, ou pas ça pour toutes ces bails ça. Mais Export Dominica qui fait qui ouvert la porte pour nous faire pli, comme si nous a exporté ça nous a produit à Dominica. Pas produit tout seul, produit natural resource, culture, et puis monde qui a expertise, toutes ces qualités bail ça. So il y a ça, Export Dominica, c'est ça nous a tapé l'argent pour faire tout rangement, comme si nous a couru et puis Export Dominica. Nous bien sérieux comme ça.
Et puis finalement, comité réunion qui savant qui tient une activité de beautification communauté cela. Parole cela sorti du Parlement, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow.
Ça c'est un petit nous identifier, nous voulons ces monde diaspora contribuer dans une manière, même si c'est pour aider les gens pour faire un monde qui besoin faire un stop comme ça les châteaux cadre mais nous les concentrer en beautification avec comme ça les châteaux nous voulons la quitter la réunion 2014 fermé nous voulons ouais qui l'année qui pour tout temps pour hopefully nous voulons établir ces relations nous pas voulons réunion 2014 seulement mais nous pour établir ces connexions avec ce monde diaspora là ça continue à faire contribution pour développer tout ça.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
View life as a gift and enjoy it to the fullest. Always think positively. No more what-ifs or negative thoughts about things you cannot do. Believe in your abilities, challenge yourself and take chances. Have faith in yourself, be determined, and you will persevere.
And that's it for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Mervyn Matthew.
And I'm Pearl Fontaine. Thank you for watching.